Alright, hell yeah. So we have the Math Olympics. This is level 2. You're supposed to do without a calculator. There's no way I can do this without a calculator. I've actually tried to do this just even a couple times on camera without a calculator, and it just got to be super messy. So anyway, so we walk at 3 miles an hour. If we walk this whole way, it would take an hour. Cool. And we swim at 2 miles an hour. Hey, square root, this is about the square root of 4. That's about 2. So this would take about an hour swimming. So about an hour that way walking, hour swimming. So you kind of get a general idea of what's going on. And so what they're saying is if we do a certain combo, we can do this in an hour and 40 minutes. But they also say there's 2 different choices to do that. So we know from the problem, these problems, there's always an ideal choice. You know what I mean? And if there's an ideal choice, there's not 2 ideal choices that are the fastest. There's only 1. So we're taking a non-ideal choice this way. We're walking, but then we're swimming too much. Or we're walking too much and we're swimming too little. And so those are the 2 cases. So what they want is like, hey, if you walk too much, we're going to find that distance AB. Let's say it's just here. But then if you swim too much, we're going to find that distance AB. We'll just call it AB prime. And they want the ratio between the AB and AB prime. It's always going to be a positive number if it's in that case. Okay, so I'm just going to call this x because we're looking for a quadratic. What we're going to do is say, hey, we want that time to be an hour and 40 minutes. So the first thing that I want to do is know that 40 minutes is 3, what is it? No. It's 2/3 an hour. So an hour and 40 minutes is 3/3 plus 2/3. So that's going to be 5/3, and we're covered there. Now for our time, for our distance that we're walking, so we're going to say 3 miles an hour times our distance x in miles. Miles will cancel. Holy Toledo. Whoa, no way. I set up I was trying to do this problem so fast that did I even get an error here? Yes. Yeah, because miles an hour is like this, miles an hour. So I always say the units are the equation, and then we're going to have a distance in miles. What do we do to these to get time? Well, we have to take miles, holy hell. So I've been making this error all day, divided by miles per hour. Yeah, I still haven't solved this one, but this is the first time I'm trying to do it with paper. So heck yeah. So we're going to have x divided by, that would have, and no wonder I wasn't able to solve it, because I set it up wrong. Anyway, so this is going to give us the hours for that distance. And now we're going to add it to the same thing. We're going to take the mileage swim. I'm going to say this is the hypotenuse, but that's the miles we're going to swim. So we have h divided by 2. Now this is equal to 5/3. Holy Toledo. So this is really cool because now this problem can probably, simplify just a little bit. Okay, so it's always hard to maybe get this hypotenuse in terms of this. You're like, how do I do that? Well, one, how do I even get the equation for the hypotenuse? That's a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. So this is a, this is b, and this is c. And so if I wanted to know c, I would say c is the square root of a squared plus b squared. Sweet. But we don't know this length right here. So we need this length probably in terms of x. So this happens all the time in trigonometry. We say, hey, this length right here is this total length, but then subtract that. See how that just pops out? It's total length, subtract that, and that is that length. So we're going to say this is 3 minus x. And now we can do Pythagorean's theorem. We can say that 3 minus x squared plus square root of 3, and I guess I'll just do it, square root of 3 squared, well, this is just going to become 3. And then the square root of all this, that is going to equal h. So sweet. So we're going to put that in for h right here. And cool, so let's do that. So we have x divided by 3 plus the square root of 3 minus x squared plus 3. Divided by 2 is equal to 5 divided by 3. So this is still like wild where I I don't know how you would, I really don't. I'm so curious of how you solve this in under a minute, because I also took a look at these solutions and they seem to all jive. You know what I mean? There's nothing funky about these where, you know, if it said, this would be a crazy one. There's like two choices for the distance from point A to point B that were resulting from the, what is the, oh, it says, oh, never mind. Actually, I'll have to, let's do it this way. But no, I didn't read the problem. I thought they wanted the ratio. And maybe I'm looking at, you know, I don't think I'm looking at two different tests, because I pulled this problem off my phone. So the total distance from, yeah, A to C. There are two different choices for the distance in miles from point A to point B that will result in a total time for walking and swimming of 1 hour and 40 minutes. Oh, what is the sum of those numbers? I totally thought it was the ratio of, like, let's say you walked all the way, like 3 miles, and then swam this way. It would take an hour and an hour. And then so let's say you just walked halfway. That would take a half an hour. And then maybe it takes you an hour and a half to swim. You know what I mean? Where this ratio is like 1 to, or like a, you know what I mean, 2 to 1. You know what I mean? And that would be. But no, they just want the sum of those numbers. So this is probably totally a problem where you just look to the numbers. And I apologize I didn't read it wrong, because else we would be solving it that way anyway. But I'm just curious to actually solve this one, you know what I mean, using a calculator, because you get something like this and it's fairly ugly. So what would we do here? Alright, hell yeah. So, and if I want to do things fast, I just do this. I just do negative x divided by 3, and that goes away. So apologize, you'll have to go back to the video if you want to see any of this. This 2 comes upstairs. And is that right? Did I get this right? Oh, yeah, because I did the problem totally wrong. I thought it was 3x plus 2h was equal to 5/3. So I'm so glad I caught the error going into this video, because that would have been devastating. So now I'm just going to do this. 10 minus 2x. And cool. So now what we can do is just square this side, and then this goes away. And if we square this side, we're going to get 100 divided by 9 minus 4 divided by 9x. No, hell no. What am I thinking? Okay, so this, how I square things is like, hey, let's just square this term, and then square this term, and they're, both of those have to be positive. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the easy thing to do. And then I multiply them, and then have to double it. So that's my method of FOIL. So we're going to go 100 divided by 9 plus 4x squared divided by 9. Cool. Now multiply them by together, and we get 20 divided by 9. That's a negative. Negative 20. So that's going to be negative 40. So we get negative 40 divided by 9. Alright, sweet. I guess everything's divided by 9. And that's going to equal, and we should probably FOIL this out too. So this is going to be 9 plus x squared. Negative 3x, that's going to go negative 6x. Plus the 3, that adds to here, so we have 12. Cool. And now, you know what I mean? You know, how do we, and I kind of wanted to do this without a calculator. Like, it was getting out of control when I did it the wrong way, you know what I mean? So, hey, how do I get these x? So if I say that this is 4/9, hey, let's get x over here. So we're going to say this is 9/9 and minus 4/9. So we have 5/9 x squared. So we got that. And we lost an x over here. Yeah, this is negative 40x. Now this, we can add 40/9. So this, what's 9 times 6? That's 54. So we have negative 54/9. And we're going to add 40. So it looks like we're going to have negative 14/9x. This one is 12. 12 times 9. I know 90 times 18. Is that what we do? And so we have 108. That's a pretty good way to do it. Do 90 plus 18. Cool. I'm just going to say that's good. We can check our answers later. Let's get it over here. So we have, or this is just 108 ninths. And now what are we going to do? We're going to subtract 100. So now we have negative 8 ninths. Alright, sweet. And this is equal to 0. Hell yeah. We have ninths everywhere, so we can just get rid of those, and our equation becomes 5x squared minus 14x minus 8. Oh, so now I probably could do this with quadratic. It was so funny how I did it wrong, and it was a mess, a royal mess. So quadratic is negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. And hey, I got to label these. B term, A term, C term. And just to check on reality, this is hella negative and this is hella negative. Okay, so negative 14, negative is 14. So we have x is 14 plus or minus, what's 14 squared? Don't know. So we have 16, 4, 5, and then we have 4, 1, 10, and we have 70. Huh, seems like I could probably do that one, but probably not. So that's 70. All right, so our numbers aren't too out of control. Minus, so this is going to be a negative. A is positive, and C is negative. So cool. I don't mess around with these negatives. I hate them. So now we're just going to say this is positive. It's all positive. Cool. So we have 4 times 5 is 20. And then times C, 20 times 8, that's going to be 160. Yeah, and it's all going to be positive. So we're going to have 160 plus 70. Oof. Man, sometimes 6 plus 7 is really difficult. It's 13. So we're going to have 13 there, 230. So yeah, this ain't nice. Holy Toledo. But yeah, the problem says just add them together. So yeah. So anyway, square root of 230 divided by 2a. And if we add two fractions, 1 over 2a, 2a is still going to be on the bottom. And we're going to have 14 minus the square root of 230. And then 14 plus. Let's see if that helps us out. Cool, yeah, so we can do the top part. That's going to be 14. It's going to be 14 plus 14, so that's going to be 28. And now we're going to have plus the square root of 230. And then minus the square root. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah. Oh, so that's where the trick is. Yeah, so there if you add these, it doesn't really matter what the hell's in here. And so you're going to get 28. So you're going to get 28 divided by 2a. Are we still filming? For sure. Okay, yeah, that's why these math problems are just like, you're never going to ace a test because you're going to see like, oh, that's the trick they wanted you to know or something like that. And then let's not mess this up. So this is going to be divided by 10. So, and then I don't know how to do this. So it's going to be 14 divided by 5. Sweet, the answer is C. Hell yeah, we got that pretty fast, and that's amazing because I just wanted to know like what the secret was. And since I messed it up, that was so wild, like royally messing up a problem just because you're too frazzled and you're just like, all right, so what did I say? Like I said, 3 miles times 3 miles an hour. Okay, that's time. Hell no. So that did not work out. And then yeah, that's a cool trick. So yeah, you could actually do the quadratic, or you could see that well no, I think that's the speed you would do this. I don't know. Maybe I'm sure there's a hella faster way than just multiply all these by 9 and stuff. But anyway, I'm pretty satisfied with my way of doing it on this, and I learned. That was the whole point. It's just like, I thought I was just going to have to do it my way and not learn crap, and then go to see how they would actually do it in a minute. I'm still going to do that, but that was the trick right there. So that was cool. And I get it. A lot of math and physics, especially at an exam level or test level, especially difficult exams, it's all tricks, you know what I mean? and just things that if you haven't been exposed to, you can either do it slowly and then get exposed to those, you know what I mean, like, oh, I see what you're saying there. And all right, so I think that's enough, and thanks for joining me, and that's a video.